Because I got A rank in key
There are people that I'm instructing with this game that are interested in how the game works. And I can explain away all I want, but until, let's say, I transcribe the actual combat, they have no idea. Because there's only so much I can do with the graphic, but if you heard some people playing D&D, you'd have a better idea of how it flows than reading the fucking rule book. So that's the idea.
So I either want to increase my energy deflect or my energy manipulation.
What are they at?
They're both at B.
You can go from a B to an A on a type in a year.
Okay.
So you can do energy manipulation.
And then whenever we get the training blocks, I can always get the moves up to.
Yep. So energy manipulation A, because that's what you would have learned through your polarity with him. What are you doing for a year? And your power level goes from 0 to 0. You're irritated.
I liked his barrier when he was the barrier that I saw him using against.
Oh, it's so great because you're going to grab somebody to train you in a barrier wave. And then you guys are going to be friends 17 and 18 with the masters of the barrier wave.
Well, I mean, mine's
so
only
I saw
at a
that
C,
and I was
so.
like, this might not be something. This might be something that's going to be useful for me.
All right, so the question is, do you want to create like a sphere of energy that expands, or do you want to get like a big bang attack? Do you want a great release of energy, or do you specifically want to make a pearl that increases in size?
Mine is the latter.
I kind of like the Big Bang one because, like, with that, if
now, here's the thing as well, right? It's the same as when Vegeta has the Big Bang attack. You're only going to be able to train that move so far in a year, and when you get the next rank up, you could turn it into the other and still use both forms.
Yeah.
So you want to start out with a Big Bang attack.
Yeah.
Is that all you want to do for the year? Do you have any other moves that are like C rank?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that. My Blood Orb is a C.
That doesn't really matter that much.
My Key Focus is a B.
That's the
one where I can power up the move that I'm using. I can take in, like, my Kamehameha. I want to add Key Focus to that.
So if you wanted to, you could do Key Focus A and then have a
C.
C rank Big Bang attack.
Let's do that.
And make sure you note for the Big Bang attack that is the area explosion. Or if you want to call it something different, like your explosion wave, you can.
I
can't remember what it was called in the game. It was like just.
I thought it was
explosion
just
wave,
explosion.
Eve explosion or something like that. But that's what it does. It's not the freaking.
Yep, I'm gonna.
But
the way I look at it is, I want to. That's another one I want to end up developing a Big Bang Kamehameha thing with it. So that's later on for me.
But originally, when it was called the Big Bang attack,
it was.
It's the Great Explosion. Later on, it's him shooting it.
Yep.
So.
Oh, I used to know what that name was called.
Okay.
So, that's going to change. Let me see your power level. Through your training with the android.
And I come out a year older.
Outdated.
But only a day. So really not outdated.
It's going to bring it up to 56,000.
I have so much good data to send it.
And you're going to go up to
what now?
So I'm not attached to any single scientist. So Bug came up with...
Yeah, if there was a scientist in the group that worked with him, then you'd have somebody to back him up. But instead, he's part of like the government underground, and they built him as a project to protect the world. So that's how he gets serviced, because he doesn't fix himself.
Not like Genos. Wait, no, Genos has a guy.
Does Genos have a guy?
I think so, yeah.
He's never been mentioned.
Well, he must be pretty fucking good, because he basically has to rebuild it every single day.
You went up 6,000 on your resting, and you went up 20,000 on your full, but that goes up to 200,000 when you're on Sorrow.
Nice.
So also,
we finally got somebody to train in the Parabolic Time Chamber.
And you're not going to want to go back in there for a little while.
I'm cool with that.
I'm not the best roommate.
It's mind numbing. Yes, and his database of human activities is limited.
I can play checkers.
Rock, paper, scissors.
So you guys are at the lookout.
It's my favorite game.
And the rest of the Z Fighters assemble, so you guys can tell the tale of destroying these two androids, but it's not the right two androids. And so you've got Ten Shinhan and Chaozu. You've got Yamcha there. You've got Mochi there. I don't think Roshi will be there. And then you have the people that are living at the lookout. All right. So you guys are telling each other about the battle. Right. Did you go to visit Bulma, or did you go to visit Dr. Briefs Sr.?
Dr. Briefs.
Alright. So you go to visit Dr. Briefs Sr., and he tells you to keep the hell out of his scotch. No. You give him a piece of the android.
I want him to reverse engineer it into either a cyborg hand or a attachment that can be worn.
So like a glove or a gauntlet?
Either a glove or a cybernetic hand, whichever's in more.
Do you want him to build it for a robot, or as a replacement to a missing limb for a person, or as an add-on to a person?
Either, whatever would work best for Yajirobe. I don't know what's more in tune with the game. I mean, if I could have my hand removed, I would rather have a cyber hand that is like, an android.
So
hand.
he's gonna make for Yajirobe. He's gonna make Betty. He's gonna make you a throwing claw. Betty.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Took me a second to.
So yeah, he's gonna make you a throwing claw. That's gonna take a few months because he's not gonna half-ass it, and he's gonna make it function with the energy drain like it should. So it's gonna take a few months. So somewhere through the next training block, you'll be able to add that to your fighting technique, which is actually pretty badass.
But I want to mass produce them.
Once you have one,
yeah.
mass production is an easy 7.
So prototype right now.
Yeah, and actually, once you have one, you can give it to our scientist or any other scientist, and they can mass produce it.
Don't worry, John, I'll help you out.
Well, I also have the benefit of I gave one of the arms to the Cabal, so at the next training period, I could.
You'll have it installed as well.
So, one question: who's the better? Is the Cabal better, or is Dr. Briefs?
There's a difference here. You're friends with Dr. Briefs, and the individual scientists are they're like the rule of inverse ninja, like Wheelo, Fraps, Giro, Briefs. They're all like on the same level. The Cabal is an organization of fucking scientists that does the best they can and might source out from these people. So the shortest answer is the individual scientists are better because a player can be a scientist, and a player should be better than any NPC when it comes down to those roles. Because, and this is from the angle of GMing, why, if you wanted to be a scientist, would I put in front of you scientists that are always going to be better than you?
Right.
What the fuck purpose do you need?
See, what was that term you said, metagaming?
Yes.
What is the definition of that exactly?
That metagaming is where you use knowledge that your character does not have in their advantage. For example, him deliberately wanting to kill Giro, but wanting to capture the other android. Makes no sense.
He knew,
because he knows that he knew as a player that the wish to change the android's ideas wouldn't work on Giro. So as the player character, he wanted to kill Giro. That's metagaming.
So wishing.
No. All right. So if I had taken actions to specifically make that outcome happen, that's just what I wanted to happen. And that's a form of metagaming that's really hard to
it's hard to
get away from because we have advanced knowledge. We can't do anything about that. Now, if I had said, like when I said to Tracy as a joke, "Don't disintegrate him," if I had made my character actually say that to him, that would be metagaming.
Okay, so like you know how this is where I'm gonna have to ask for everybody's opinion. So like the Hulk, right? If I was playing Bruce Banner, it would be hard for me to make a fun Bruce Banner without expecting that mistake to happen. You know, like preparing for that accident, that radiation accident.
Yeah, alright, I gotcha.
So like I'm kind of betting on an accident, but at the same time I can go both ways.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, what you're doing is fine.
Okay.
The fact that you went to the Dr. Briefs, nobody else has done anything like that.
Okay.
They all could because our scientist hasn't been doing shit, so they all could have.
I'm betting on
Plus,
an accident.
It's clearly shown in the series that Yajirobe knows the briefs.
Okay.
Another example of metagaming is everybody wanting to train in the hyperbolic time chamber with nobody having any knowledge of it.
Alright.
Another example of metagaming is knowing that Cooler's coming.
Okay, I'll roll with the punches, and I know it.
Yep.
So there's a certain level that you just can't avoid. We just try to restrict our actual actions to what your character.
And the other problem is with if you did like again Yamcha Gaiden, that would actually make this kind of boring. It's exciting if you play dumb.
Right, yeah.
The best that you can without having that knowledge.
I'm trying not to train because Yajirobe doesn't train.
Oh no, you can train all you want.
I got it better.
But that'll be in your next training block, and that'll just be you adapting to your new weapon. There was some unfinished business yet. No, you were waiting 6 months for the Dragon Balls.
And I'm finding lots and lots of the, I can't remember, I didn't write it down.
But the pastries?
Yes, the pastries.
Like,
I need lots and lots of those.
Well, you still got some from Namek.
I know, but...
You made a special trip, so you got some.
Yes.
You guys took a day in the Room of Space of Time, or Room of Spirit of Time. You guys are basically on alert waiting for the next set of androids to show up. Anything else special you're going to do before that happens?
My turn.
What do you got?
Same thing.
You want to walk into the...
Time Dome. Or whatever.
Time chamber.
Yeah.
As a training type,
Yeah, he can go
you
by himself.
could go by yourself.
You are the A-rank.
Unless you want to go with me.
Right.
I was asking Brandon if he wants to go with me and train.
Well, how tired am I?
You're not very tired at all.
Are you also a training type, Brandon?
No, he's not, so he can't come with you.
Oh.
You would have to be A to bring someone with you who is not also a training type.
Yeah, he would have to be a training type. So you can go in there. You can go in there for a day.
Alright.
Anything else anybody is going to do specifically before either the Dragon Balls refresh or you guys run into androids 17 and 18.
So we definitely should make a plan for how to, what we need to do when the androids actually appear this time instead of just running in and fighting them.
Mochi's the one that helped with that wish with Karunga,
Mm-hmm.
I think, or no?
If I remember correctly, the only one that's with us playing that can change them that was present during the wish was him.
Oh, and Mochi.
Well, and Mochi.
But she remembers because she helped Vegeta form his words. So she does remind you guys to give you an impetus to actually use what you wasted the wish on when you come up to the next androids. Like, you just blew these fuckers up. Well, the next ones we can get to help us.
I wanted to fight them.
So
And he's telling her that.
Even if you didn't bring it up, she'll make it known to the rest of the group. And she'll even use her psychic powers to remind you should you guys start fighting 17 and 18. Short of that, what do you want to do for a year, Tracy?
What I want to work on?
Yeah.
Hellzone Grenade.
You can do that, but if I might suggest,
Okay.
you picked up your training type. Why not knock that up to an A so you can actually bring other people in there with you?
Okay.
I'll have you roll a. I'll have you roll a D10. You're only going to get up to a B. Sorry.
I rolled a 1.
Well, at least it wasn't an attack roll.
So you're only going to get up to a B. The reason why you had a challenge from it to get to a C to an A is also a training type is pretty massive. But although you had your multiform, the whole purpose of getting a higher ranked training type to bring somebody else in is, again, to make certain that they don't go fucking crazy when they're locked in there for a year. And you're not exactly familiar with that type of scenario because solitude is your life. That's going to bump you up from 150,000 to
Being a training type also
175,000.
increases your durability. That's why I'm the tank. I'm an endure type and a training type.
My ultimate goal is to please James with this outcome that I'm doing.
Your ultimate goal should be to have fun.
Yeah.
As long as you're having fun, that's all.
He's literally just going to wait for people to hear Ozaru and then rob turds out of their butt.
Grab him with the claw. I will suck all of the fecal power from your turds.
Your top end, because you're experimenting with your unlimited power-up type, is going to go up to 6.5 million. So 6.5.
Wait, are you more powerful than him in our Ozaru form?
Yes, by far.
He's only ever invested in the one character.
I know.
And he's thrown 6 fucking wishes at him.
And he's been to
5.
every single...
One, two,
he's been
three,
around since the very beginning.
4.
And
The first session started with just him
Well,
and
he
my
usually gets
support
Frieza,
character, Lee.
6.
And
Well,
the best part,
yeah.
the other part is the other 2 Saiyans got at least 3
Alright,
more Zenkai
so-
on top of mine.
God damn it.
Because of the one choice I made to go in opposite direction.
So it's 6 months before the next fucking androids show up. So the Dragon Balls are refreshed. The very same day that Android 17 and 18 show up.
Well, if we're not going to fight them, and the whole point is to just switch them over, why don't we send a person or 2 who can switch them over? And if I will help you find Dragon Balls. Is what I'm getting to. If there isn't fighting going on, Android 69.
Does it all need to be done in the same day? Can you not do one in the
No, has to be the exact same moment.